Test, test, test. Black mic. Test.
Thanks to everybody. If you donated to that, appreciate it very much. Appreciate it very much. So we're starting the day off on a really good note. We got some great auction items in there. I've got 3 really killer live auction items that we're going to do today. And so, and having fun. We got the music starting. Wine Country Troubadours is their 14th year with us. They've been playing every year. Aaron Montgomery and the Earthquakes will be kicking it off later this afternoon. This is about their 6th or 7th year with us. I've lost count. So anyway, we appreciate you coming out. We appreciate you bearing with the weather. I don't think it's going to be too bad this afternoon. We're just going to have fun. So let's bring it.
Hey, what's up, North County? Hey, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Click that little button there. You can go check out whatsupnorthcounty.com, and you can check out all of our businesses and all of our sponsors, and you can join our mailing list. But we're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards today for the 15th annual EOD Foundation. Bunch of great guys out here, a lot of veterans, a lot of people that we're going to be talking to today. And we're going to hear the stories of these guys that defuse bombs. These are the military guys that protect our boys and girls out there in the field against all those roadside stuff and all that crap that's across the world that these guys are going out there and risking their lives for and being a part of this. But we're going to be talking to a lot of these guys and hear their story and the background of what they have done over the last 30 years. Leon Tackitt is Vineyards out here, which is where we're at here in Paso Robles, out of San Miguel, actually. Tackitt Family Vineyards. And they do this foundation every year to raise money. And this year, their goal is $200,000 to raise for the EOD Foundation, which this foundation is actually for the soldiers and the families of EOD techs that are in financial needs, may be a car repair, maybe a medical bill, maybe a house payment, stuff like that. And so Leon generously donates a bottle of wine, not a whole series, 6 different varietals of wines that are part of the EOD Foundation. So you can go to Tackitt Family Vineyards and get yourself a bottle of wine there, and goes to a good cause, goes to a good foundation, and it's only out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards. But we're going to be talking with some pretty cool guys. We're going to have Leon on here real quick to introduce us about what we're doing, what he's doing out here, and some of the people that we're going to be talking about, and hear a little bit about the story of what it's all about out here and how he went from bombs to wine. So we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be right back, and we'll be right back with Leon Tackitt.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, guys. Again, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Go to whatsupnorthcounty.com and visit our page. Check out our sponsors and be a part of our mailing list. But we're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards for the 15th annual EOD Foundation. They're going to be doing donations that you guys can go to, and we're going to be talking to Leon Tackitt here about this whole thing and what this is all about. Leon, thanks for coming on. Thanks for inviting us out.
Oh, man. Thanks for coming out for sure.
Yeah, dang weather.
Yeah,
But-
well, it's all right now.
Yeah.
Got to dust it off a little bit. So,
Right.
yeah, the weather's nothing. These are all hardcore warriors out here, so they don't care.
All right.
Yeah.
This
Bring
is
it.
paradise.
Paradise, yeah.
Right? So, Leon, tell me exactly what the EOD Foundation is all about. Tell me how long it's been going on and what we're all gathered here for today.
Yeah, well, actually, the EOD Memorial Foundation has been around since 1969, so it's been around a long time. They merged with the EOD Warrior Foundation in 2006, I believe it was. So we've been around for about since 69, but then after the merger since 2006, so just over 20 years. We've got 4 pillars of support. We have a memorial down in Florida that we take care of. We have a great scholarship program for our children of the warriors, and health and wellness, and then financial support. If somebody runs into some problems, car breaks down or what have you, there's a network to go to get a grant to help them out.
So this is the 15th annual, and so you started off pretty small with a few people, few buddies. Tell me how this whole 15th annual, how did it start?
Yeah,
What was the idea?
it literally started out here. We were bottling the EOD Sellers label that we have that supports the EOD Warrior Foundation, and somebody just threw it out there. It's like, hey, we should charge for this and donate the money. And, I kind of joked to say, nobody's going to work and, to get or pay to work, so to speak. And sure enough, they will. So we started with like 20 people out here, and now there's 200 people standing out here in the back that are up there helping us right now and eating pizza and drinking wine and beer and, just having a great time.
So this EOD Foundation, the money goes towards the families, the soldiers, for repairs, for house just any kind of needs that they need.
Just about anything. Yeah, we get grant requests in all the time. A car blows up, what have you. It could be just about anything. We've had hurricanes down in Florida, where houses were wiped out. We came in and helped them financially to get back on their feet.
Is this the only EOD Foundation, or is there more across the United States?
Well, this is the one. That we're based out of Florida, down Eglin area, Niceville, Florida to be exact. It's up in the Panhandle. And no, we're national, but it's the only one that supports the EOD directly.
What kind of requests do you guys get? On an annual basis, is it rising? Now we're kind of in hard times, it seems like, and
yeah, it's pretty tough. When it was just the EOD Memorial Foundation, we were only doing about $250,000 a year total. That was coming in, and it was mainly just for scholarships back then, and a few other and taking care of the memorial. Since then, we've grown to about $2.5 million a year, and yeah, it's grown. Our scholarship program gave out $350,000 last year to kids for scholarships to get them through school, including trade schools. So you didn't have to be go to a 4-year. We'll cover you for electrician or whatever you wanted to go be. So.
And you guys, your foundation and your fundraiser right now is online, so people can donate, right?
It's it, yeah. Hopefully the link's up there. I don't know if am I pointing at it, like right here, right there,
here,
yeah, right there, yeah, wherever it is. So yeah, you can donate now. We're kind of turning this into a little bit of a telethon this year. Not without the phones, of course, but yeah, you can log in right now, check the link. Hit that donate now and help us out a little bit more today. It'd be fantastic. So
every little bit helps, huh?
$10, $20, it just doesn't matter. Yeah, it all goes in there. It all grows, and it all helps our warriors for sure.
What does the EOD stand for?
Yeah, Explosive Ordnance Disposal. It's your military's bomb squad. So it's the kids that are taking care of the roadside bombs, cleaning up bombing ranges and stuff, because not all ordnance blows up like it's supposed to. So there's always something left over, and those are the kids that go in there and take care of it and clean it up and enable access for other warriors to go do their work, but also clean up for people to come in later after the whatever's going on is done, so to speak.
I know you've kind of been out of the game for a little bit, but I know you still stay up on it. But the technology over the last 30 years, from when you started
insane
to now,
absolutely insane. Yeah, it's crazy. Drones are a big thing out. Everybody sees the drones going on. We started working with drones about 25 years ago, but the technology back then was just so antiquated that they weren't really usable for us. But now they're these little pocket-sized things. You just throw them up in the air, and they can go do a recon for you, reconnaissance to go look at where you're supposed to go before you ever go down there, make sure that it's clear. There's all kinds of great stuff going on. And just the technology in general with, you see the bomb suit in there. That's evolved over the last 10 years like you would not believe. To protect our warriors when they go down range on the bomb. So,
have you ever been in the need of that bomb suit?
Personally, no, we used to wear it. Well, back in my day, we didn't have that thing, so
Really?
we didn't wear it. Yeah, we were just wearing like a vest, and that was about it, and a face shield. So you just hope that it didn't go south on you. Yeah, we didn't have that kind of protection.
What kind of mindset goes into defusing a bomb? I mean, what's your pregame to this?
Pre-training, really. I mean, you get trained on all the ordnance. You study it, you know it. You know what's downrange before you ever go down there. You know what the render safe procedure is going to be before you get there. So it really boils down to that, and just knowing that you've been trained well, and if you do your job right, you're going to walk away fine.
And the adrenaline must be.
It can be it can be top level for sure. Yeah, it gets the heart pumping really well. But yeah, I mean, some of these guys thrive on it. This is part of their daily routine, I guess. So it's good stuff.
Have you ever seen that TV show Obliterated?
Oh yeah, I did watch that. Yeah,
with Haggerty. He's
yeah,
kind
with
of
Haggerty. That
old school EOD tactic.
That was comical at best. Yeah, I got to tell you for sure.
Oh,
yeah, a lot of the kids out there hated that program because of the stupid shit he was doing. Same with the Hurt Locker. Hurt Locker brought great awareness to the EOD community because nobody really knew what EOD was, and people would come out here to the tasting room. It's like, wow, what's EOD? It's like, hey, did you see the Hurt Locker? It's like, oh yeah. So you kind of get that mindset going. But that's not how we operate, you know what I mean? So the young kids hated that movie, but us older generations like, well, it brought a lot of recognition to the community is what we needed, so.
Right.
But yeah, that guy, Jeremy Renner's, his character, we got his ass kicked every day, for sure.
Leon, tell me about the sponsors that you have that help put this together for you.
Oh man, it's so great. One of our big companies, R3 SSG, they came in with a huge money for us. It's a government contracting company, one I used to work for. Ag West locally, they jumped in this year and helped us out. We got Baker Labs jumped in this year. I mean, Heather's been supporting us, and Brenda Baker before that, but Heather's been doing it the last several years. Joe's Place jumps in there for us. We got California Vino, the local guy, Mike Labriola. It's a huge list. It's
awesome.
Just great. Yeah, and they just freely every year they just come back and donate and help us out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate being out here and getting to hear some of the stories of these gentlemen and warriors that's part of your crew out here. So
yeah, we appreciate
to that.
Appreciate you guys coming out today for sure.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
Good.
And make sure you guys can donate to this foundation. Click on the link, go there. Every little bit it helps. Share it. Help us share it. So in that way we can get going for 200,000 today, right? That's the goal.
We're shooting for 200,000 today. Yeah, so we're well over 100 already. So we're cruising. So
awesome.
I think we'll get there. So yeah, and with your help, we'll get there for sure. So click that link.
Awesome, Leon. Well, thank you for your service. Really
Randy,
appreciate it.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
guys.
Man.
Hey, make sure you guys click that link and help us get to the finish line at 200,000, guys. We're What's Up North County. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Thanks, man.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, guys. We're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards out here out of Paso Robles, San Miguel area. And we are in the 15th annual EOD Foundation fundraiser out here. And we've got links there that you guys can donate. So every little bit helps to raise money for these warriors and their families. But we got Andrew Bertel right? Did I get that right?
Buttrell.
Buttrell. I knew I was going to blow that, but
Nah, you're good.
I appreciate your service, man, and I'm thankful to be out here and talking to you and hearing your story, man. So Andrew, tell me your story about getting into the military and what was your thought process?
It was pretty simple. I graduated high school, joined the Navy, and that was because I did not want to go to school. I was actively trying to avoid any kind of college experience, but I wanted to do something cool. So I joined the Navy and eventually got into EOD, and they actually paid me to learn how to blow stuff up, jump out of planes, shoot guns, and really have a good time. So it really it worked for me. Really worked.
Where did you grow up at?
In Wisconsin, southwestern Wisconsin, where the cows outnumber the people. Yeah.
And tell me about your and how long were you in the service for?
It ended up being like 9 years and change.
Okay. Yeah. And so what was the knowledge and the schooling and everything that you had to go through to kind of embrace this crazy life?
The EOD school
Yeah.
pipeline? It was about I think it's like a little over a year, not quite a year and a half, somewhere in there. But yeah, you go through EOD school and dive school, and for the Navy, you go through underwater training for EOD stuff too. Yeah, and then there's some follow-on schools that you go to after that. But yeah, it was a good year and a
Pretty
half
intense.
of yeah. You take a test every 2-3 days, and if you fail a test, you get a retest, and if you fail that, then goodbye.
Wow.
And so you do that every 2 or 3 days. You get like a barrage of new information thrown at you constantly, and it's like absorb this, test on it, don't screw it up, and then move on. So it was a lot. It was good though.
Tell me about some of the tours that you were on.
Yeah, so I was deployed to Afghanistan with I ended up working with SEAL Team 1. Or no, I worked up with SEAL Team 1 and I deployed with SEAL Team 10, which is kind of weird, but that's just how it played out. And a couple months into that, I got blown up in Afghanistan, and then I ended up getting sent home early for that. So I lost both legs and my left arm, and I woke up in America after a couple weeks transferring back from Afghanistan through Germany, and then that kind of started like about a year-long process of going through surgeries, getting healed up, and working with prosthetics, physical therapists, and all that sort of thing, occupational therapists to kind of learn how to do life with prosthetics. And then got med discharged for that, and then yeah.
Was that as a result of defusing a bomb?
No, I actually didn't find this one. I found it the wrong way, right? Like
Right.
I rolled over it in a vehicle, and yeah. So they've done a lot of support in both financial and just like physical and emotional ways, right? So the community here is amazing. They've done a really good job of just keeping in contact with and making sure if there's any needs or anything, they reach out and ask or whatever. But also, financial support towards special considerations. Like I had a house, didn't have an air conditioner, but in prosthetics, usually if you have prosthetics, the sockets keep you really warm. So it gets really uncomfortable. I live in San Diego, so they bought me a new AC unit one year, which is pretty significant. They've done stuff where they've bought like a off-road kind of go-kart electric wheelchair thing, so I can get out and go hunting and stuff. They've
nice.
done stuff to support, and then of course they always do stuff to support like the foundation or the memorial. And also they support scholarships for children of fallen EOD or whoever. So
Wow. Tell me about
do a lot.
tell me about the transition from a military life to civilian life, and then hunting. You like to hunt, right?
Yeah. Actually, one of my first hunting trips was with Leon, who was just with you, and we shot some pigs down in Tejon Ranch, down near just north of LA. And since then, we've been hunting pigs and shooting guns together for 12 years, I think now, something like that. But I kind of didn't grow up hunting. I wanted to, but it just wasn't really an opportunity for me. Kind of got into it after I got out of the military, and I've really just kind of run with it, getting into precision rifle shooting and long-range precision work stuff. And then I love cooking the big game meat and stuff. It's big fan of just different cooking techniques and learning about it and having fun with it. So,
What was your most memorable hunt?
Oh, that's a great question. You have, once you start collecting memorable hunts, you kind of like certain ones for different reasons. Like this last February, me and a good friend of mine that were at Balboa, just blowing up, recently together, in 2012. He and I, just this last February, so like a couple months ago, got to go on a cow elk hunt in Montana. We were super blessed. Ended up each having 2 tags, and it was an amazing property. We tagged out all 4. We both shot 2 elk before noon the first morning out. It was nuts. Wow. And it was super fun how we got to do it. He and I shot some of our best shots we've ever shot in our life. I headshotted one at 435 off of a tripod. So,
is that your longest range?
No, my longest is 750 to a cow elk, which I did prior one. That's probably another memorable one. Yeah, I dropped her at 750 with a 300 Win Mag, which was awesome.
Impressive, man.
Yeah, it's fun. It's what I've been passionately pursuing in my free time.
That's very awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I won't take up any more of your time. I know you got a lot of stuff going on here. We got it, all the silent auctions going on. There's also got a band going, man. But I appreciate you coming on and sharing a little bit of your story with us. And my hat's off to you for your service, and appreciate you being out here and being a voice for what it's all about for the EOD Foundation, man.
Yeah, of course. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Hey guys, make sure you guys click the link. Go out there and donate. EOD Foundation. Every little bit helps. Today they're going for that $200,000 mark, so be a part of it. $10, $20, $100, $100,000. Go ahead and donate what you can. We're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards, and we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Your home is your castle. It keeps you safe when the weather's rough. But if you're not taking care of your roof, things could get a little wild. 1776 Roofing with RoofMax. We'll fix up the rough spots, treat the shingles, and give it years more life at a fraction of what a new roof costs. At TLC, your roof needs now. Call 805-900-1776.
When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable. Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, guys. We're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards for the 15th annual EOD Foundation. You guys can click on the link. You guys can donate. They're going for that $200,000 mark, so let's help them get there. We're talking with Jerry Sheldon right now, and he is the executive director of the EOD Foundation. Jerry, thanks for coming on, man. Tell me.
Yeah, nice to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Great weather, right?
Love it. Yeah. Despite what they say about California,
Right? You never know what you're going to get until you
right.
wake up. So, Jerry, tell me a little bit about your history and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a career EOD guy. Came in 1980, 3 right after high school and did 30 years and 30 days, all of it EOD. Traveled all around the world and did all kinds of fun things, blowing stuff up. It's one of those things that I wish I could do it 30 more years, but that's all I could do. So,
What guided you into the EOD tech part of it?
yeah, my uncle was an Army EOD tech. So growing up, he would tell us stories about what he was doing out in the field, and I thought it was pretty neat. Being an Air Force kid myself, growing up, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I thought military would be the way to go, and I thought for sure Air Force, it'd be the best one, right? But I didn't know that the Air Force had an EOD program. I thought only the Army did because of my uncle, and I found out all 4 branches of the service have the EOD career field, and we all go to the same school. So that's a fun fact. I think it's the only joint EOD school or joint school that has one training pipeline for all services to go through. So that's pretty neat. So I could have the best of both worlds, be in the Air Force and be EOD. So
Is it a group that collaborates together, or does the Navy do different than the Army and the Air Force? I mean, is there all different divisions within
that's right.
the EOD?
Yeah, we have a kind of a basic pipeline that all 4 branches go through, and then the Navy splits off and does the dive and jump school after that training. So they get some other specialized training patted on top of that. When you're out in the field, when I first came in the 80s, it was kind of pipelined. Everybody did, or reusing that word, stovepiped, I guess we could say. Each service kind of stuck to themselves and their own mission sets. When the global war on terror kicked off after 9/11, we were kind of all in, and we saw more of a jointness in our communities. So, I've got friends that are Navy and Marines and Army that I probably wouldn't have met back in the 80s and 90s, right? So all of this, brought us even closer together as a brotherhood and a sisterhood to what we have now. So, just an additional thing that happened, during that 30-year span that was a big change from when I first came in.
Do you still stay in contact with most of those guys that you?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the family, that you picked, not the family you were born with, right? So a lot of great friends out there that stayed in touch with for, some 40 years,
Wow, and so like the foundation here, the EOD Foundation, which is why we're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards, this is something that you guys have been doing for the last 15 years, raising money for the soldiers, the families, for repairs, medical bills, the needs that they need outside of what they get. Right. And so you guys can donate, which is the link is right here on the podcast, and $10, $5, $100, whatever it is, it all helps. They're going for that $200,000 mark, so we'd really like to try to reach that for them. So, Jerry, tell me about the EOD Foundation itself. So, after your career, how has that affected you?
So the EOD Warrior Foundation has been around as long as I have been, but under a couple of different names. So it started in 1969 for representatives from the 4 branches of the service decided to put together an EOD memorial. Vietnam was happening around about that time, and so they built a memorial, commissioned it in 1970, and then had scholarships. So the EOD Memorial Foundation existed from 1969 all the way up through around 2007, I believe, with the Wounded EOD Warrior Foundation. This was in response to GWAT, the Global War on Terror, doing something for our wounded and fallen airmen, soldiers, Marines, and so after a few years of those 2 organizations running in parallel, they decided in 2013 to merge, and that became the EOD Warrior Foundation. So on March 1st of 2013, the foundation, as we call it now, the EOD Warrior Foundation, stood up. And so we provide financial assistance, as you mentioned. We also have that scholarship program that was foundational to going way back, and also care of the EOD Memorial. And then finally, we have hope and wellness programs. The thing is, like this is an event, it's a fundraiser, but it's also a way to bring the community together. When you do that service, it's very hard and very dangerous. And, the the bonds that you build in service are really tight. When you leave the service, sometimes it's a challenge for really any career field specialty to lose touch with that unit and that sense of team and purpose. And so we struggle.
Nobody else understands.
Right. So bringing folks back together, kind of reminds us, hey, we're still in this. Maybe we're just not wearing the uniform anymore, but we're still connected in some way that's very unique and special. So really, the foundation exists to provide that connectedness to our folks and also help in some meaningful ways too. You can go on our website and look up volunteer, and you can volunteer, support, do a fundraiser for us, that get involved, follow us, see what we're up to, see what kind of things are on the calendar. So we're very open to all, and we love to tell our story and share our experiences with everyone. So,
Jerry, do you have what's your most memorable story in your career? How long was your career?
So yeah, 30 years.
Wow.
I think of it in 10-year bites, right? The 3 decades. So the first one was sort of the 80s Cold War. Not much going on, a lot of training, and then that second was the second decade was kind of Desert Shield, Desert Storm. As an Air Force guy, I was expecting kind of the cushy barracks and the good food, and ended up being attached to a Special Forces unit in the liberation of Kuwait. So pretty high-speed stuff, and really didn't know what I'd signed up for. And then I guess probably that was the third decade was all about the global war on terror and deploying to Iraq and Afghanistan. But with all of those mission sets that we did, from the kind of suspicious package on the sidewalk, a briefcase left behind, turns out it's a false alarm, to just being in active, shootouts outside the wire. I think the story I come back to in my mind is the time when I was providing presidential support for the Clinton visit to China in the late 90s. And I found myself clearing an elevator shaft of hazards. And so to do that, you get on top of the elevator car. And I had a Chinese maintenance guy that knew how to run the machine. And I got up on top of the thing with, coveralls with a flashlight, just kind of inspecting as we were riding this elevator car up the elevator shaft so that we could clear the way, because we knew the president was going to be taking the next ride in that. So I had to make sure there was no hazardous devices hidden. So that's just one of those stories. I grew up in Indiana as a farm boy, and here I am in China clearing the path for the president.
Did you ever, in your career, did you ever find anything?
In those situations with the presidential support and those kind of things, no. That was just I never encountered any real devices. But yeah, in my military role, for sure, outside the wire, lots of improvised explosive devices. Sort of the battlefield setup was to have these buried piles of ordnance so that the enemy artillery could fall back and then regroup, reload, and then as they retreat or advance, they could always know where the cache of explosives was going to be. So we would go around clearing those up and making those go away. So yeah, just a big variety of real world improvised explosive devices, remnants of war, unexploded bombs, that are kind of left behind after the fight, and our responsibility is to clear that up, to protect personnel and property. And there's stuff left out from battlefields going back to the Civil War, and sometimes somebody will be doing a construction dig and they'll unearth something shiny, and what's that? And we go out there and it's a still hazardous projectile, cannonball, bomb, whatever.
Well, you look around here. You got Camp Roberts. You got Camp San Luis. Is there potential around here? I mean, I think the west side or east side of Paso was an old military airport.
Yeah, typically when there's public use that's formally used defense site, they call it a FUDS. It'll be known and mapped out and cleared. So if there's any populations around it, it's been cleared. But it just sometimes you'll find a scenario where Grandpa from Vietnam, he's got a box of stuff in his attic or in his garage, and you can't really know when that stuff is at.
Because back then it was a little different.
Yeah.
You guys take these things home.
They didn't have TSA back then. So, yeah, you could, find stuff, dynamite in somebody's barn, where they were doing some, blowing some stumps or whatever, and that stuff crystallizes and goes bad. It's just a lot of stuff out there. But I don't want you to think that, there's a bomb hiding in every little corner of the where you're
this
at.
This is more like
walking
overseas
around.
when there's conflicts going on and stuff like that.
Like I said, so they do a lot of mapping that stuff out and clearing that before they allow people to kind of roam around in those areas. But if you see something suspicious, definitely call it in to your local law enforcement.
Awesome. Well, Jerry, I appreciate your service for one, and let you get back out here to this great event out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards.
There you go.
This is for the 15th annual EOD Foundation. You guys can get your wine. Leon has 6 different varietals for the EOD Foundation, and it's only available from Tackitt Family Vineyards. And you can go on their website. You can click on the link right here, and you can join. You can donate, and you can also buy the wine. Or next year you can come out and be a part of this program that you guys, now the 15th annual. Were you a part of the very first one?
Oh, no.
No?
This is probably my third, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great turnout.
Yeah.
Even though the weather is kind of kicking around and kind of chomping at the bit, but
yeah.
I think it's going to be a great day. But if you guys are not doing anything, come on out here to the Tackitt Family Vineyards out here in San Miguel, Paso Robles, and join the fun. I think all goes till 5. We got silent auctions, we got live auctions, and we got band, we got wine, we got pizza, we got everything. So come on out here, Jerry. Once again, I appreciate it. Thank you again. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We are all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What?
Okay, gotcha.
Ready? Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. You can go to our website, whatsupnorthcounty.com. Check out all of our sponsors and join our mailing list. We're out here at the 15th annual EOD Warrior Foundation out here at the Tackitt Family Vineyards. And we got Mark Sanders here to shed some more light on what this is all about. Mark, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm Mark Sanders. I'm the CEO of a company called R3, and we're happy to sponsor the event. And I'm also a retired Navy EOD officer who did 20 years of military service from 89 to 2010 and served with Leon Tackitt, both in active duty and then also as a government contractor supporting the EOD community once we both retired.
Wow.
And this is bourbon.
Howdy, Bourbon.
Nothing to do with wine, but he just happens to be named Bourbon. So we've got beer, we've got wine, and we've got bourbon today. Although I don't think there's any other spirits out here. I think bourbon's the only one, but he's enjoying it.
Perfect.
As well.
Well, Mark, I appreciate your service, as everybody that's watching does as well.
Thank you.
And so tell me about your service. Did you get in to the service to be part of the EOD, or did that kind of happen afterwards?
I came into the Navy when I was 18, left Georgia, wanted an adventure, joined the Navy, see the world. I went to the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, did 4 years there. And then I joined the Navy Special Operations community at 22, and I spent 21 years in the service, did 7 deployments, moved 16 times, lived overseas twice, went to 64 countries.
Wow.
And a couple combat deployments to Iraq. So a lot happened in 21 years really quickly, but I served with the best people in the world, which was the best part. So I spent 5 years as a hard hat diver, and then 16 years as an EOD officer and master EOD technician.
What does that mean, hard hat diver?
Hard hat diver is basically a salvage diver in the Navy that we do salvage and recovery type of operations. And when I came in the Navy, you could not be an EOD officer or an EOD technician straight into the community. You had to serve in another capacity first. And all Navy EOD officers and technicians are divers, because we do underwater explosives, so you have to, of course, be a diver. So when I came in as an officer, you had to be qualified in a warfare discipline, and you had to be a diver before you could be an EOD officer. So that was my path. And when I was in EOD, I did everything from train the Navy's dolphins to work at the experimental diving unit to
train the Navy dolphins.
So the Navy had a classified program. It's now unclassified, where we used Atlantic bottlenose dolphins to do specialized maritime techniques, usually associated with mine warfare or anti-swimmer of enemy swimmers around high-value items of the Navy. So ports, high-value assets, nuclear weapons, things like that. And so the Navy EOD community ran that dolphin program, and I was fortunate to be the officer in charge of a dolphin team for 3 years.
We're not talking about real dolphins.
We're talking about real dolphins, Atlantic bottlenose dolphins.
Really?
Much like police or military use dogs, canines, to do various techniques, we use dolphins, which are incredibly smart and have amazing echolocation capability to find objects in the water, much better than any technology ever invented can find. And so we actually dive with the dolphins in concert underwater and do work together. Navy divers, Navy EOD, and the dolphins up down actually work together. So I spent 3 years at a special mission unit doing that work.
Okay.
So
Wow.
Anybody who wants to join the Navy, there's amazing things you can do. So sign up. We need you.
My gosh, I'm so fascinated with the concept of actual dolphins that is part of the program.
You bet. Yeah, and so that's the amazing one of the, anything in the Navy you do has its unique opportunities, but particularly Navy EOD, explosive ordnance disposal, Navy EOD divers, we get a special opportunity. It's a very dangerous job, very difficult job, but we're small unit, high demand, low density type of units. We do a lot of very special assignments, have very specialized training. And so you get a chance to do some of those extremely unique opportunities that you wouldn't in other branches of the military or other occupational specialties.
Why would that have been classified?
It was classified because it was a capability that we had that we didn't want our adversaries to be aware of the capability.
Huh.
That's basically why anything's ever classified, if you will.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, Mark, tell me about some of the tours that you've been on.
I did everything from special operations units to small wooden minesweepers that are only ships that are only 200 feet long to aircraft carriers that are 4.5 acres of sovereign U.S. territory anywhere in the world that are 100,000 tons to combat time in Iraq supporting Army Brigade combat teams and Marine regimental teams. I spent a couple years as a human test subject at the experimental diving unit, developing diving protocols. So, yeah, lots of different things. I changed jobs every 2 years for 21 years, moved a lot. And as I mentioned earlier, I had a chance to go to over 60 countries in the Navy. Some of them are great, some of them not so great.
Can imagine?
Yeah, moved a lot, but...
Did you ever have any experience with actually finding any of the bombs that were on the ships or just on the dive?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think every EOD technician or officer in their career will have some sort of opportunity to render safe explosives. Certainly when we're in active combat like we were in Afghanistan and Iraq, we have guys who have literally hundreds of what we call render safe procedures, where we prevent an explosive, either one that's a military grade munition or a design munition or one that's improvised. We prevent it from detonating and harming property or people. But even like on an aircraft carrier, where I was in like 1996, when those aircraft come in and land, and you've seen the pictures where they take off fairly violently and then they land what's called an arrested landing or a trap, where they basically catch the cable and stop in a very short distance. Those aircraft land with ordnance and munitions on them, and sometimes the ordnance comes off of the aircraft because of the violent nature of the release and will literally skid across the aircraft deck. And that's why every aircraft carrier goes to sea with an EOD team on board, because when that ordnance inadvertently comes off the aircraft, it's damaged by definition, and it becomes unsafe and needs to be assessed and rendered safe. So had a chance to do that. Had a chance to do some floating sea mines in the Arabian Gulf or the Persian Gulf. And then when I was in Iraq, obviously, was around a lot of improvised explosive devices.
Do you stay up on the technology of it these days, even though that you are now out?
Well, I retired in 2010 and went to work in government contracting in a training and logistics and maintenance company that supports the EOD community and maintain my security clearance. So I'm a government contractor that still kind of, quote, is in the fight, albeit in the rear with the gear, as we say, so not forward deployed. So, fortunately, I do stay plugged in to the community personally, professionally, and, like here at this weekend, most importantly, philanthropically. So supporting the Gold Star families, the injured, and our KIAs.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And for you guys watching, we're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards, and we're part of the EOD Warrior Foundation, which they are raising money, a great program to raise money for any of the needs for the military soldiers, families, for homes, cars, repairs, medical bill, whatever it may be. We're out here trying to shoot for that $200,000 mark, so you guys can donate right there on the link. $10, $5, $100, $1,000, whatever it may be, it all goes towards a good cause. And Mark, tell me about what the EOD Foundation and what it means to you.
Well, the EOD Foundation has been around for many years, and in its current iteration, it has begun to adapt to the current needs. I remember back when Iraq and Afghanistan were active conflicts, and we were having, on the low end 5, on the high end 15 to 20 KIAs a year. So we really had a lot of immediate needs for young families where the active duty service member had been killed or severely injured. Here today, in fact, out at the vineyard, is a good friend of mine, Andy Bottrell, who lost both legs and an arm as part of a special operations unit he was embedded within. And he's out here actually pouring wine today for everybody. So there are a lot of servicemen and women who've been killed in combat or who've been severely injured, and there's a lifetime of support that we really owe as an obligation to the Gold Star families and to them, just to help them in all capacities, whether that's financial help, whether that's emotional, post-traumatic stress, or just with the adaptive living needs that they have. So I'm honored to serve on the board of the EOD Warrior Foundation as one of the board of director members, and I believe you just had Jerry Shelton on, who's our executive director. So, just like any other foundation, the Veterans Administration does a lot, the military does a lot, but there are always gaps, and there's always extra needs that are out there. So the EOD Warrior Foundation has a few pillars of support that look to close those gaps in support. And so if everybody does a little, no one has to do a lot, as they say. And so a big part of what the EOD Warrior Foundation does is just address those gaps and seams where we have needs. And that can be something, I was just involved in an unfortunate incident a few days ago where a recently retired sailor took his life. And we don't know exactly what or why yet, and we'll get to the bottom of that, but he left a wife and 3 children. And so we were able to jump in and help with things as simple as a very large Uber Eats donation to the family so they don't have to worry about food for the short term, setting up a month-long Airbnb to get them in a different location than the house where the sailor took his life. And so there's just so many things that, we can do just to jump in and help through difficult times. And everybody in life has difficult times, and it's really blessed to be part of this community where you have a community that is a lifelong commitment, even though I only served for 21 years, and I say only because, if you live to be 80, that's a quarter of your life. But yet I know that in the future I've got this group of people that's there to support me, and I'm there to support them. And the EOD Warrior Foundation sets a basis or a framework around that with the professional staff and with the fundraising and our various events that we do.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, guys, hey, you guys can click on the link right there. You guys can be a part of this, donate to this, get involved somehow, follow the EOD Foundation and what they're doing and what they're doing around you guys. They're going for that $200,000 mark. We're hoping we can get there and help them on the way. Mark, thank you so much for your service, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a part of this out here, and thank you for your story as well.
You bet. And if you come down today, all the bourbon you want for free.
All the bourbon you can have right here.
You can have for free. All right, thank you.
Awesome.
Take care.
Hey, guys, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're What's Up North County. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As 6th-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Paso Inn Brewing Company. Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. You guys can go over onto our webpage, whatsupnorthcounty.com, and be a part of our Wunk Posse. But we're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards for the 15th annual EOD Warrior Foundation, and we're chatting with Mark Perry here. And Mark, thanks for coming in. Appreciate your service as well. And tell me a little bit about your story. How'd you get involved in the military? And tell me about your career.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I came from a family that had very little military affiliation. My granddad had served in the Navy many years ago, World War II, and I ended up joining just to do something more exciting. Wasn't really digging junior college that much, so I jumped into the Navy and looking for travels and adventure and something exciting, and I definitely found it with the EOD bomb disposal community.
Was that your goal? Is it for EOD, or did you go in for something else?
I originally joined thinking that I wanted to be a SEAL, a frogman, and when prior to reporting to the SEAL training, I was assigned to an explosive ordnance disposal mobile unit for a couple of months, and I had never heard of them before. I had no idea. It wasn't one of those programs that the Navy was trying to sell or push.
Right.
Recruit for. So once I found that unit and learned about it, that became my new mission. So it was meant to be, and ended up spending the next 24 years as an explosive ordnance disposal technician, and don't regret a day of it. It was awesome.
Did you have any aspirations before even going into the military? Did you like the guns, bombs? Were you into that at all?
Not really.
No?
Not really. Yeah, I was. Who doesn't like to shoot a gun every now and then? But that certainly wasn't the draw. It wasn't the explosives or blowing things up that was exciting. But it was generally the wide variety of missions that they were cut out and trained to do, and the opportunities that it gave me with diving and parachuting and the explosives as well. But it was just the wide variety of opportunities that it gave, I think, was really the big draw for me.
Can you tell me about some of the tours that you've been on?
Well, I started out and after EOD training, went to Mayport, Florida, and I guess about a month into that tour was the first really mission that we had, and that was when a helicopter crashed out in the Atlantic as it was just doing some routine training with one of the ships. The helicopter crashed, and unfortunately both of the pilots were killed, and we were tasked with locating the downed helicopter, recovering the bodies, and then ultimately recovering the aircraft as well, because it also contains explosive hazards. Even helicopters have little explosive charges in them.
Wow.
And that was my initial induction, really trial and
welcome to the Navy.
Yeah, exactly. So that was about a 3-year tour. My next assignment was in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. We have a bomb disposal team down there. That was one of the primary jobs we did was maintaining the minefields, the U.S. minefields between the fence. The Cubans have the mines on their side of the fence, and we have our mines on our side of the fence, or did at the time. And we would pull the old ones out, blow them up, and the Marines would put new ones in to maintain the minefields. Did that for a while. Next assignment was in Sicily, which
really you don't hear much out of Sicily.
It's it's a beautiful place. The people are awesome. The food, of course, is awesome, but also our unit has, I guess, the availability and opportunity to train and travel with a lot of other countries. So we visited, I think I hit about 19 different countries in the North Africa and Europe during that 3-year tour, and then went to Florida to EOD school as an instructor, and then back to Sicily for another 3-year tour. I loved it so much, and then wound up going back to Florida for another instructor tour, which allowed me to put my boys through high school in a kind of a stateside traditional American high school environment, which was pretty cool. And then from there we went up to Maryland to a technology division, and did some really fascinating work in development and trying new tools and equipment and so forth that would help all the war fighters out there.
Mark, tell me about defusing. Have you actually you've defused several bombs?
Yeah.
In the field.
Yeah.
What's that adrenaline like? What's that mindset going into this operation?
Everyone talks about the adrenaline, and you must be crazy for being a bomb tech, but the nature of the business and the training that goes in to the business is all about a process, following the procedures. And when you're focused on following the procedures, you really don't have time for the distraction of fear. You just go in and follow the procedures, and it's the challenge is in not just following the procedures on a hazardous device, but understanding how the person that placed that device might be trying to harm you, trying to use that bomb to hurt you. Or with unexploded military ordnance, it's a bit more simple, and then we have written procedures for most of the the military ordnance.
What are you looking for? Are you looking for certain devices that are inside the bomb as far as like to defuse it? I mean, it can't be as simple as red, white, and blue. You know, I mean.
Oh, right. It's.
I mean, what's the idea? I mean, because the technology, I'm sure, has changed, you know, immensely over the last 20, 40 years from when it started to, you know, to today's.
The basics haven't changed. You know, you have a main charge, the large explosive charge, and then you have a small explosive train that is designed to make that larger charge detonate. And our goal ultimately is to interrupt the explosive train, that sequence of a small charge to medium charge to large charge. If we can break that up, disrupt that explosive train, we call it, and we generally win.
So you're part of the crazy elite guys.
No,
out there.
Don't consider myself crazy nor elite, but I do appreciate the amount of training and investment that the U.S. military puts into taking care of us.
That's awesome. Tell me about the EOD Foundation and what it means to you.
You know, it's an extension of the brotherhood. We have a very tight bond, camaraderie within the service, but this foundation expands upon that brotherhood and takes it to outside the service, to the families, the people that need the benefits, need the help. Maybe it's simply advice. Sometimes it's monetary assistance. Sometimes it's I guess being able to reach out to the brotherhood beyond the normal bounds of the military. It's hard to express, honestly.
I'm sure somebody that doesn't know. I mean, you're trying to explain something that it's so dark and so complex that we can't understand.
Well, the basics is the military medical system, benefit systems. The VA have limitations, and some of our people, their needs are outside of those boundaries imposed by the nature of those services. So the EOD Warrior Foundation is an organization that considers each individual case on a case-by-case situation, and they have committees, boards basically that get together and discuss the intricate details of each case and make determinations on how they can help.
Is the EOD program itself, is it pretty small, or is it, I mean, I would imagine that there's just a select few of each of the military branches?
It's a pretty small organization. It's pretty unique. All four of the services train under the same roof.
Right.
At Eglin Air Force Base, Florida. It's a Navy school operating on an Air Force base, but it works with all four services, as well as some of the international partners and federal agencies as well. So each service has a very small percentage of their service as explosive ordnance disposal technicians. So yeah, it's a small unit, small tight unit, but all services work together. So you've got Jerry Shelton coming up to chat with us, and he's he's going to tell you all about the EOD Warrior Foundation.
Yeah, he was actually already on.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He's just waiting for you to get back over there. So, Mark, I appreciate your service.
Yeah, I appreciate it, sir.
You know, I appreciate coming on here and telling us a little bit about the story. It was only a couple minutes anyways, so we'll let you get back over there.
I appreciate you taking the time and being an awesome American that makes service worth serving.
Absolutely. We couldn't be any more prouder of our military men and women that serve, past and present. So, guys, hey, make sure if you guys want to be a part of this, you guys can click on the link, donate to the EOD Warrior Foundation. We're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards. There's 6 different great varietals that Leon makes specifically for the EOD Warrior Foundation that you guys can purchase, and you guys can donate towards their cause. We're going for $200,000. let's try to get there, guys. Help us get there. Mark, thanks again for your service. I appreciate you coming on here and telling us about your story.
Thank you very much.
There you have it, guys. Hey, we'll be right back to the What's Up North County.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
And the EOD Warrior Foundation.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, guys. We are out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards. We are at the 15th Annual EOD Warrior Foundation, and you can click on the link right there, be a part of the program, be a part of the cause. You can donate. You can get some really awesome wine that Tackitt Family Vineyards does every year. There's 6 different varietals, and look for ways to help volunteer and be a part of this. We're going for $200,000, so every donation helps all these soldiers and families outside of the box. Anything that the military won't do, this is what this EOD Foundation is all about. And we got Nancy Bennett here. I appreciate you coming on, and
thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna let you talk away because I mean you have a really interesting story, and I definitely everything very heartfelt that everybody should hear about. So.
Hi, well, I'm Nancy, and my son was Kenneth Wade Bennett, and I'll compose. He was an EOD tech, and he was on his 3rd tour in Afghanistan, and disarming multiple IEDs, and he did not come home. He was only 3 weeks into his tour, and that was November of 2012. And we had not really heard of Tackitt Family Vineyards or really the EOD Foundation that much, because when your warrior is, he's active. His 3rd tour, he was only 26 years old, and he loved what he did because he saved people's lives. That was his mission. To, if you get rid of those bombs and explode them. And it was a very interesting story is our neighbor, when we had a service in the city of Glendora, California, he said, I'm going to contact Tackitt Family Vineyards and I'm going to get some wine. And so we had a memorial service. And in between that, then we heard about EOD Warrior Foundation. And so April of 13, we came to our first Tackitt Family Warriors Helping Warriors. And we've been here every year since, except for COVID, of course. But what's really heartwarming is when my son was in training in between tours, he was in Virginia, and I said, what do you do on the weekends? He goes, we go down to Walter Reed, and we go to the EOD unit because most EOD techs lose limbs, unfortunately, if they survive. And he'd meet people. He became familiar with EOD, Warrior Foundation at that time. And so when we came here for our first visit, and the EOD representatives were here from the foundation, and it was just like they welcomed us. And it's been a wonderful experience, to be touched by the meaning, and they're just wonderful. And, and they do scholarships. Hopefully one day my grandkids will be able to qualify for a scholarship, but we're very grateful. They have programs for Gold Star parents also, which we went to. And they have them different parts of the country, and it motivated us to actually start a little nonprofit, and we did that for about 5 years before we moved out of state and stuff. But it's a wonderful organization, and they really do help our wounded warriors, and they need your support, and it's ongoing. You never here we are. We're in another conflict now, but you never know what's going to happen and who's going to need you, and they're there for us. So we do appreciate them. And
Well, Nancy, we appreciate you. We appreciate your son. I'm so sorry for your loss. But guys, you guys can click on the link right there. Go to the EOD Foundation. Donate a little bit. Donate a lot. Leon Tackitt out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards actually has our own EOD Foundation wines.
Yes.
It's one of the best wines that you could buy in the world is right here at Tackitt Family Vineyards, and Nancy's evidently likes it well.
I'm doing pizzas today. I'm helping do the pizzas today. So, and we come early and help set up, and we've been doing that for years. So, and we appreciate all they do for the EOD Warrior Foundation. So, thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, tell me about the pizzas, because Leon's got this massive pizza oven over here.
He's got this every year. The winery has added to and put coverings, and now when we first started, the pizza oven wasn't covered, so rain or shine, we had easy Epsom made pizzas. However, we got a beautiful pizza oven, and then we have several people. Sean comes down from Washington State to help do the pizzas. We have another couple other people, all volunteers. We got an assembly line going here, and we try and feed everybody because you pay for your ticket, you get this nice T-shirt. Warriors helping Warriors, and also you get the opportunity to bottle wine. So Leon's got a deal going here. You pay him to raise money, and
Right?
you get to have fun bottling wine. So it's an experience, and I think it gives people a good in the community, a great community. They really help support the cause, and everyone has fun and eats pizza all day, and then you can buy wine and beer, of course. So it's fun, a very fun day.
Well, it's funny. Everybody that's came on so far, their first initial comment of why they joined the military was they didn't want to go to school. They wanted to do something fun.
Yeah.
And there
well,
it goes.
And EOD, Pete, guys. Well, Navy, there's Navy EOD. My son was Army EOD, and he originally was going to be a tanker, but he was in high school when 9/11 happened, so that was a big, huge push for him. And he decided when he was a sophomore, he was going in the military, and he was going to be a tanker. I knew all about the A1, M2.
A1, M2, Fort Knox,
tank.
Kentucky.
Oh, goodness sake. So, however, but he broke his foot playing basketball with his recruiter guy because he had to lose a couple pounds before he went in. And the job was no longer there. So when he went back down to L.A., and they said, he scored very high on his test. They said, you can have any job you want if there's an opening. And when they flashed that, there is a signing bonus for this EOD. So he brought that paperwork home, and I was just like, it says the word explosive, Ordnance Disposal. And he's just like, I get to blow stuff up. So so he was all in. He was all in and went through all the training. There's a lot of training. Navy training is even more. They do dive school and all, Army. They do Redstone Arsenal. Then they go down to Eglin Air Force Base. And you've got to pass. This is one of the hardest things, I think. You've got a lot of math, a lot of science. You've got to pass each course. If you fail one course, you got to go back and retake. You don't get so many chances. So it's, all these guys are very well educated in that field of identifying everything. I had no idea. It was just so intensive and all. But what a brotherhood. It's a true brotherhood. And so we're very proud of him. And we miss him terribly, but we're very proud of him. And it's wonderful to meet these soldiers that have been through this. So it's just, it helps us heal to come here. So it's a great weekend.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your story, and I'm sorry for your loss. And
thank you.
Your service, your son gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to let you get back to those pizzas.
Yeah, I got pizza's calling. I got to go help cut pizzas and wash dishes and so on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Nancy. Guys, we're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards. Go to the link to help donate towards this great cause, great foundation, EOD Warrior Foundation. Be a part of it. Be a part of the cause. Be a part of the solution. We're What's Up North County. We'll be right back.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, guys. We're out here at the Tackitt Family Vineyards out here for the 15th annual EOD Warrior Foundation. You guys can click the link, donate, be a part of it. Get some of this great wine that Leon makes out here for the EOD Warrior Foundation. You can only get it through Tackitt Family Vineyards, and from what I understand, I haven't had any yet, but it looks like my man Dean here has already started.
It's pretty tasty.
Awesome, Dean. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So was Navy EOD, 31 years in the Navy. Started off on ships for about 7 years, and then the last 24 in EOD. And just what I wanted to do, I can't even say that for sure. I didn't know about it until my senior year, between junior and senior year at the academy. And then I was down in Mayport on summer cruise, Mayport, Florida. The ship basically was going into stand down, so didn't really have much to do, and ran into some guys from the EOD debt there and was running around with them like, all right, well, this is what I need to be doing. Unfortunately, I was not high enough in the class to select it coming out of school. So had to do ships, like I said, for about 7 years, and finally got picked up for a lateral transfer into the community, and loved it every minute. Thought I was only going to do about 5 years and then get out, and like I said, 31 years later, finally had to retire.
So you said that when you went into it, you didn't necessarily go into for the EOD tech.
I went to, so as a graduated high school in 1988, and so Top Gun was 1986, went to the academy wanting to fly, and that's what I had planned on doing. But once I found out about EOD, I decided that's what I wanted to do. And they only had 7 spots, which went out in the top 200 of the class, and I was more closer to the bottom, less than 100 of the class. So it wasn't really an option coming out of school, so I figured I had to take the hard road and transfer into it after getting my SWOP in.
What'd you go in as?
Surface warfare officer.
Okay.
So ship driver.
Did you ever get in that jet?
No, I mean backseat just as a fam ride, but never, never got to fly.
Tell me about the experience once you got into the EOD technician program.
It's fantastic. I mean, it was people were asking me, at the time they had just implemented the bonus programs for department heads for surface warfare. I think it was like $50,000. And when I went to dive school and EOD school, they were all shocked that I passed up on $50,000 to go do this. But it's the caliber of the people that you're with is in this community is absolutely humbling all the time. I don't care how good you are. Someone in the community is better at something than you. And it don't matter how junior, how senior, or whatever. It's phenomenal people, and everyone's dedicated to the mission, and it's something you want to be a part of.
Tell me about some of the conversations that you have with these EOD technicians that have been in all facets of the different, life, military times. I mean, is it all the same conversation, or is it, do you guys banter that they were better than you and blah, blah, blah?
Everyone's, I can't, it's generalizations, but yes, everyone's very competitive. And so everyone's always trying to beat something. Like I said, it don't matter how good you are, someone's better than you at something. And most people are better at you than everything. But it is a good natured rivalry. And, I think specialty in the military. You're going to rib each other on something. But
well, I think what really makes it interesting is the fact that all 4 branches come together to train together. I mean, you don't really hear that of any of the other.
No, so my
branches of-
second to last tour, I was CO of the EOD school, and it's absolutely, you have, it's, I don't know of anything else in the military where all 4 services are together in the classes, all being taught by instructors from all 4 services. And so everyone's going through it. And, the Navy, we do like to rib the other services on that too, because they get to do the first 6 months with us, but then Navy goes on to do underwater and everything else. So they stay, if you go straight through without any rolls or drops, you're going to be there between 6 and 7 months. Navy, if you do it all the way through without any rolls or drops, it ends up being closer to 11.
Can you tell me about some of the tours that you've been on?
A few in Afghanistan was probably the highlight ones. But then, 2 carrier deployments, very much, so graduated dive school in 99 and EOD school in 2000. So I got to my first unit and it was, then 9/11 happened. So most of my time in EOD was spent in the Middle East.
What was that like? What was that feeling like when 9/11 did happen and you were in one of the most elite, this group of people that, you're in the front line.
It was, it definitely got busy relatively quick. Some of the guys that, I believe it was the Truman Battle Group, and then also one of the ARGs were some of the first guys in from Navy EOD into Afghanistan, probably around like the January of 2002 time frame. And so, and it started with that, and it just, and then Iraq happened, and then, and both went on for 20 years. So a lot of guys busy. Around the 2004 to 6 time frame, guys were basically, the Army went to longer deployments. At one point, I think they were up to 15 months, which is hard. It's hard to do that day in, day out. The Navy kept the deployments at 6 months, but for the Navy units around that 2004, 2006 time frame, they were basically gone 6 months, back 6 months, gone 6 months, back 6 months. It was a real brutal pace.
Wow, I can't imagine that, Dean. Diving down for one. What's your deepest dive?
190 feet, but it was altitude. So we did it was a training stuff that was also working for the Army Corps of Engineers at Pyramid Lake in Nevada. But they had, it was an ordnance, the Paiute tribe owned the land for Pyramid Lake there. And but during World War II, they had used that as a test range and ordnance dumping ground. And so there was a big environmental remediation project. But this lake was about 200 and actually it wasn't 190, it was 290. Excuse me.
Wow.
It was the bottom was right around 285, 290. But because you're also above 5,000 feet altitude, even though it was only everything on diving is based around pressure. So every 33 feet of seawater, 34 feet of fresh water is equal to 1 atmosphere of pressure. And so when you're at altitude, you have less than 1 atmosphere of pressure. So it changes they call it a SLED, S-E-L-D, surface level equivalent depth, but it changes your decompression tables for coming up. So even though the depth was at like 285, 290, you were actually planning the dive like it was 300.
Wow. Crazy times.
Yep.
Tell me about the EOD Foundation and what that means to you.
It's huge for helping not only the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines that were injured, but their families. It's just done so much good for so many years. And again, like you were talking about, with EOD school, all 4 services coming together, the Warrior Foundations for all 4 services. And it really does a great job. You asked about the time in Iraq and Afghanistan, and EOD did face a disproportionate number of the injuries and casualties that happened, and so having something like the foundation to step in and fill that breach when the families needed something, they were there, and it's just a cause that's near and dear to the heart.
That's awesome. Well, Dean, I appreciate your service.
Cool.
And I appreciate you coming on and sharing us a little bit about the story and let you get back to this great event going on out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards. Support the EOD Warrior Foundation. You can go to the link. Donate a little, donate a lot. Buy some of that EOD Warrior Foundation wine that's only available from Tackitt Family Vineyards. And once again, Dean, I appreciate your service, and I appreciate their story, man.
Well, thank you. And it does taste good, I'll tell you that.
There you go, right from Dean, guys. Hey, we're What's Up North County, guys. Thanks for following us. Like and subscribe. We're out here at Tackitt Family Vineyards. Be a part of the cause. Be a part of the solution. We'll see you next time.
Your home is your castle. It keeps you safe when the weather's rough. But if you're not taking care of your roof, things could get a little wild. 1776 Roofing with RoofMax will fix up your rough spots, treat the shingles, and give it years more life at a fraction of what a new roof costs. At TLC, your roof needs now. Call 805-900-1776.
When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.